All right, we're going to take a look at the solo for Beat It now. Now this solo has, it's kind of one of Eddie Van Halen's, the signature solos, but it's also a little bit of an improvised affair. So you want to kind of keep that in mind to get all the notes exactly like he plays them. It's going to be kind of tough because he's kind of just kind of going for it. But we're going to break it down and trying to make it as note for note as possible, so you can really get the not only the vibe of the solo, but the notes that he's trying to tackle here too. All right, so we're going to start here. Coming into this, he does kind of he's got a Floyd Rose trim system on his guitar, and he does he's got the bar depressed, and then he'll hit the third string and bring it up gradually as it goes. So that's what you're hearing right when that solo comes in. You're hearing that kind of effect with the solo, the bar being depressed, and then he picks the third string. You're gonna hammer on then at the second fret on the third string, and you're gonna bend up a whole step. Now that bend is gonna be a very slow bend. All right, the second fret on the third string. Then you're gonna slide to the seventh fret. Then we're going to do some kind of Eddie Van Halen's signature tap harmonics. You still have the note ringing from sliding to 7. And you, I'm sorry. You're going to tap at the 14th fret. Then you're going to slide up to 9, and you're going to tap 14 again. So we have... All right, you need a lot of gain on the guitar and just really get that tap harmonic where you're just kind of popping the top of the fret there right at the 14th fret here. So that's all happening on the third string. Then we come to the first tapping lines. I put my pick right here between the middle two joints here of my middle finger here. Depending on where you tap your fret, or you may want to tap with your middle finger. Either way, it's fine. So we have here, we're going to sit here, we're going to start by tapping the 15th fret, pulling off to 10, and then hammering on with our pinky at the 14th fret. All right, so that is just kind of like a little 3-note lead into the tapping part. And then from here on out, we're going to have a consistent pattern for a few times. So we're going to go. So after that first initial 3, tap at 15, pull off to 10, hammer on 14. We're going to tap 15. Now here's the beginning of the actual lick we're going to repeat 3 times. Tap 15, pull off to 14, 12, 10, and hammer back to 14. So we have this. And 3 times is going to be this. All right, so let's add it to those 3 notes at the beginning. Now this last 14, instead of coming back here, bring it over and hammer on the second string. And then continue that exact same pattern that we did twice here. All right, now you can see I didn't come back to that 14 the last time here. I'm gonna take that, slide up to 12, hammer on 13, and pull back off to 12. All right, so that whole tab figure, we had the first 3 lead-in notes, and then that figure 3 times. This third time, that last note should be played on the second string. Continue that same pattern, and then stop here the second time playing that pattern and slide up to 12. Hammer on 13, and back to 12. Pull up back to... All right? This next line is not tapped, even though it kind of sounds tapped. It's actually a very big stretch. You're going to have your 12th fret on the second string with your first finger, your second finger playing the 15th fret on the second string, and then your third finger playing your pinky playing the 19th fret with on the second string. you're going to pick the 12 and you're going to do a hammer on both the 15 and 19. So it's all on one string. It's a big stretch. You might have to adjust how your guitar neck is at to make that stretch. So you do that first initial, and then you come over to the first string. We're going to play the same notes, but we're going to play them in a different order. We're going to pick 12, and then you're going to hammer on 19, and then pull back off to 15, then back down to 12. So it goes. So we have that initial 3 hammer-ons on the second string, then the same frets, then come over and grab 19 on the second, back to 12 on the first. All right, so we have so far. All right, and then we're going to come down to the second string. Start now with the pinky note, where you're going to pick that note, pull off to 15, pull off to 12, back to 15. So that's a 4-note figure. So all together. Then instead of going to the 19, go ahead and hit the 12 on the first string and do that same lick you just did again. So we basically have this lick done 3 times in a row. All right, except that third time, don't go back to that 15. So it's just this. So, sorry. All right. And then we're going to come over, and we got a little blues lick here. 12 on the first, 12 on the second, and then 14 on the third string, do a whole step bend, I'm sorry. A whole step bend and release. Pull off to 12. Then we're going to do a bend at the 15 on the second string with your third finger. Do a couple of trills here between 12 and 15. Just hammer-ons, quick hammer-ons and pull-offs. Reach over and grab either your first finger or whatever. Tap the 15th fret and slide that tap up off the fretboard. Sorry. All right. After you do that little, you continue the trill for 1 time and then come back over to the 14th fret and do a whole step bend and release. Pull off to 12, then pull off to open string. And do a little bar dive on that 15, on that open string. So we have, coming out of this, the stretch lick, we have that little, when we started getting into the bluesy stuff, 12, 12, bend, release, pull off to 12, 15, whole step bend, start the trills, do a couple trills, slide with a tap slide, another little trill, then come over to the 14, whole step bend, release, pull off to 12, and pull off to the open string, and do a little bar dive by just depressing the whammy bar. Then you're going to come and you're going to hit an artificial harmonic at the 7th fret on the 3rd string. Really quick note there. Then slide into 9. And do a little bar dive when you hit 9. Just dip it a little bit. Bring it back and pull off to the 7. All right, and now we have this little lick. Now, basically what he's doing here is he's sliding from 3 to 5 on the 2nd string, pulling back off to 3, pulling off to the open string. But when he gets, he's doing like a little bar dive right into that 5. So you kind of want to time it just by going, as soon as you hit that 5, do a quick little bar dip, and then do the pull off. Sorry. Then we do a whole step bend at the second fret on the third string, which is a slight harmonic on it. All right, then we got a little bluesy lick here. We're gonna slide up with your, to the 14th fret with your second finger on the third string, 12th fret on the first string, then a whole step bend at the 15th fret on the second string, and then we're gonna do, which is 12 on the first, 12 on the second, and then a whole step bend on the first string. Back to the 12, 12, the 12 on the first, and then on the second. Then a whole step bend and release again on the 14th fret, and pull off to 12, and then back to the 14. Just pick that 14, so we get this. All right, then we're going to end this with a little tapping lick here. Now this tapping lick is repetitive, but the very first time you do it, it's a little different. So we're going to be tapping at the 15, another big stretch here. Tap at the 15, pull off to the first finger, the 8th fret, we're here on the second string, then hammer on 13. Then come over to the first string and tap 15 again, and hammer 8 to 12 on this string. So we have, then you continue that pattern, but instead of hammering onto that 13th fret on the second string, can just keep going and just hammering from 8 to 12. So we have, the very first one is 15. Okay? So we just got that going. And then we're gonna, after you do that a few times, we're gonna come to the 17th fret and hammer it like 3 times, pulling it off, kind of create like a little trill from the 17th back to the 10th fret in your left hand. All right, and we're gonna end the solo with we have a unison bend here with the 12th fret on the first string and the 15th fret on the second. Then the 15th fret, when you pick it, you're gonna bend that 15th on the second string up a whole step till it matches this pitch that you're also holding on the first string. And while you do that, you're gonna start picking, tremolo picking, which basically means just kind of pick as fast as you can on the 12 on the first string. And then we're gonna keep going up tremolo picking we're gonna move it to 14, then 15, 17, 19, okay? So we're gonna, after you keep going here, and then we're gonna get to the 21st fret and you're gonna bend it all the way up to the high E. That's a step and a half. All right, and that's a gradual bend when you get to that 21st fret. So from here, 14, 15, 17, 19. All right, and after you tremolo pick that high note a little bit, you quit going, and then he just does it's kind of a pick scrape or just sliding out. It's kind of random noise just coming down the guitar neck to start the main guitar riff over again. All right, so have fun playing the this Beat It solo. It's an epic, you know, everybody knows it, and it's a really cool thing to get down. Impress your friends. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.